welcome to another reading vlog. So for the next few days, I'm going to be reading some books. I have some bookshelf reorganization that I really need to do. I have these 2 bookcases, and then I have 3 more that I really need to organize, but I think I'm only gonna do one of them in this vlog. I also have to pick up some holds at the library, and yeah, just a lot of like reading stuff in the next few days. So I thought I would do a little reading vlog for the last week of May and do like a lot of fun little things and bring you guys along with me. So I'm gonna show you guys the books that I'm gonna be reading this week. So I have started most of these and I'm really liking them all. So I'm really excited to keep going with them. Quite a range of genres here. So you'll see what I mean in a minute, but there's kind of something for like every mood that I'll have, which I did purposely just because I am like a mood reader. So I figured with this vlog, like I'll pick these books and then no matter what my mood, like I will have a book to read for that mood out of a list that I'm already making. So the first one is Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, and this one I'm only like 67 pages in, so on chapter 9, and I'm really loving it. It is like so cozy. It's a cozy fantasy and I'm really liking it. It's very much similar to Legends and Lattes in that it's just extremely cozy. We have Raina and Kianth and their couple. They kind of just like ran away from their jobs within the kingdom. Raina was a guard for the queen and Kianth is one of the most like powerful mages. They kind of, yeah, just like ran away and wanted to be together. So they're in a small town kind of like under different identities, and they decided they want to open a bookshop. So that's kind of like where we're at right now. Like I said, I'm not very far in, but it is very cozy so far. It's very fun. They're very cute together. This copy has like the sprayed edges, but it also comes with this really cute little like illustration of them, which I think is just adorable. So I'm very excited to keep going with this one. My anxiety has been like really high at night lately, so I'm very excited to have this one for at night. On a completely like other end of the spectrum, I have Murder Road by Simone St. James, and this one I have from Libby. I'm really liking it. I love Simone St. James' book. I'm not enjoying it as much as I've enjoyed her previous books that I've read, but I am still enjoying it. I'm very curious to see how it goes. I'm only 52% of the way through. So we have this young couple. It's July 1995. They just got married. They're driving to a resort for their honeymoon. However, then they see this woman on the side of the road. She's clearly distraught. She's like covered in blood. Like it was very much clear that she was running away from like a bad situation. They take her to the hospital, but she like was pronounced dead. And then it turns out that along this highway there's been like a string of gruesome murders, and then they find themselves like wanting to kind of get to the bottom of it because the local police have no interest in it, and it's kind of just been like a local legend and just kind of like swept under the rug about all of this, like all of these things going on. It's been kind of spooky, so I'm not reading this one at night, but I am really liking this. Another one that I'm reading and loving is Spoiler Alert, and this one I'm about 32% of the way through, and this one is so cute. We have our 2 main characters. One is an actor and the other one is just like a normal non-famous person. They both write fan fiction for the show that the actor is actually a part of because he doesn't like the direction that the show went in. I'm getting the vibes that like the show he was on was very much like Game of Thrones-esque. They meet because they go on a first date as like a publicity stunt. It just kind of goes from there. He's keeping like a huge secret from her and he's scared to tell her just in case like she doesn't react well to it. And yeah, so I'm 32% of the way through. I'm absolutely loving this one. There's 2 others kind of in this like series, I guess, like companion novels, and I can't wait to get to them as well. The next one is a cozy mystery. It's set in like an English countryside village and nothing really goes on here. It's like a very sleepy town. It is home to like a very famous ex-comedian turned author. However, she was canceled. So we're kind of seeing the aftermath, kind of post-middle-aged woman trying to deal with like everyday life after being, you know, her routine is thrown off, her life is like upended. She's like very unhappy. Her old friend from many years ago moves to the village because her elderly mom is there and kind of needs to be taken care of. Then a murder happens and then they kind of team up to try and figure out what's going on. It's very cute so far. I think I'm just under halfway through and they're both like very sassy. You get both of their points of view and it's really funny. I'm really liking it. The last one that I want to read is The Off Season. This one I'm only like 20 pages in and I'm enjoying it so far. We have this newly married older couple. The man has a teenage daughter. The daughter is home from boarding school for like winter break or something, and his friend needs someone to take care of his like resort, like B&B out in the country during the off season, hence like the off season, and just kind of like do some maintenance and take care of it. I think it all kind of goes downhill very quickly. There's been strange disappearances in the past at this place, and so it's just kind of like very odd and very weird and eerie. So there's that one. I also have a few hopefuls to pick up that I've already started, like just here and there. Like I have Annie LeBlanc is Not Dead Yet, which I've talked about that I've already started, so I might pick this one up like if I feel like it. And then I also have Better Left Unsent. This one I've already started and I'd like to get to it pretty soon, but if I don't get to it in this vlog, like it's not a big deal. These are all just kind of like maybes. If I feel like it, I can pick it up. So those are the books I'm hoping to get to either make like a ton of progress or to finish like a couple or all of them. I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but we'll see. And then, like I said, I want to do a ton of bookshelf organization for just to kind of touch up these two bookcases. And then I have a bookcase like over there that I really need to get to because it is just like completely, I don't even know. So yeah, that's kind of like what's going to be in this vlog. I'm going to be going to the library, like I said. Yeah, so I will check in with you guys in a bit after I've made some headway. I'm not sure which book I'm going to go with first. Hopefully one of my updates isn't just like, oh, hey, so I picked up a different book that's not on my list, but I'm not going to say that's not going to happen just because I am super annoying with that. Hopefully I don't. Like I really would like to stick to this list. It is like super gloomy outside and cloudy. It looks like it might rain, so I might pick up the off season first just because it is super like rainy on the cover and part of the story like has inclement weather, so I think it might be like the way to go with this one, especially since we are going into summer, so this one like won't really go with like the weather soon. Not that it matters, but yeah. I also need to film my June TBR this week at some point. Yeah, I will see you guys soon. Hi everyone. Okay, so it's now Wednesday and I've actually gotten a lot of reading done and I've actually stuck to my list, which has been very exciting. Although I did get tempted to like stray from the list with one book, which I'll show like in a second. But just for a quick update, I am now halfway through, spoiler alert. I'm absolutely loving it. The two main characters are so cute. I love like every aspect of the fan fiction aspect is really cute. I've never read anything like that in a book before, and so I find this really cute. I don't like read or write fan fiction, but like I just think that it's really cute. I like how there's excerpts from one of like the fan fiction like forum servers that they use. So I'm really liking this one. I think I'll be able to finish it really quickly. I have it on audio as well, but I'm liking to read it physically just because there are some parts of it where it shows like DMs or like script excerpts from like past shows that he was on and just stuff like that. So it is fun reading like the physical or the ebook as opposed to the audio, but the audio is doing a really good job of narrating like the DMs and like those other aspects. And then for the off season, I'm just over halfway through and I'm really liking this. It is really spooky. Like last night I really wanted a thriller to read, so I picked this one up and I actually couldn't read it for very long. I had to put it down just because I think I got like maybe 3 pages and I was just like, I can't do this tonight. So I definitely had to put it down and I picked up one of my other books on the list, which I will talk about in a second. There are a lot more like twists and secrets and mysteries than I thought there would be. And it's creating a lot more depth to the story than I kind of assumed there would be. So I'm really liking that aspect of this one. So when the off season got too spooky, I picked up Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, and this one was definitely what I needed, although I was hoping for something a little bit more fast-paced, but my anxiety said otherwise. So with this one, we're just kind of trekking along with their everyday life. Reina and Kianth are just in this new village trying to like set up roots while also like being on the run from this queendom. So I'm just enjoying them like getting to know other villagers, figuring out what like their new normal is going to be like. Okay, and the next one came yesterday, and this is the one that made me want to kind of stop everything and just pick it up because I've been wanting to read it for a while, and when it came in yesterday I like just immediately wanted to read it, but I knew I wanted to finish those other ones, and I knew I had said even just earlier that day that like I really want to stick to the list, so I haven't picked it up yet. And that one is When the Moon Hatched, and this one I'm just so excited to read. It's quite thick, but I'm very excited. I love really long fantasy books. I find that with fantasy, like not always the case, but when it's really long, I tend to like it better just because there usually is more like detail and world building. Sometimes they are too long and they're like long just for the sake of being long. I actually don't really know that much about this one. I have kind of avoided looking at reviews or like a synopsis or anything, but at the very top it says, a fast-paced fantasy romance featuring an immersive, vibrant world with mysterious creatures, is a unique magic system and a love that blazes through the ages, and I just can't wait to get to this one. I think I'm definitely going to be adding this to my June TBR, which I'm hopefully going to be filming later today since I have the list ready. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one, and I'm also very proud of myself for not starting it like instantly. So it's kind of where I'm at with all my books for right now. I'm hoping to finish the off season this afternoon. It's already 3:30, so I think I'm just gonna like kind of sit down with that one right now. It's been very gloomy and like kind of rainy all day, so I'm really liking that one. The weather has been a lot like fall lately, so I've been wanting to pick up a lot of books that I usually kind of reserve for fall, like witchy rom-coms or spooky books. Summerween is coming July, and it's hosted by two like bookstagrammers and booktubers, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to wait for it. Like, I'm definitely going to be participating in it, but I think I'm just gonna have to start kind of like adding in more like witchy and spooky books into my like monthly TBR, because I also just find that I don't have enough time in the fall to read all the books that I want to read. So hopefully I can pick up some of those soon off my shelves. And yeah, I think so. It's still Wednesday night. I just have like kind of a quick update. I'm still reading, spoiler alert, I'm almost done. I have like 60 pages left. I'm really enjoying certain aspects of it. Like, certain aspects of it I'm loving, certain aspects of it I'm really disliking. I'd say overall I would give it, so far, like overall I'd give it a 4. I think if there wasn't all the like plus size representation in it and that kind of stuff, I would probably only give it like a 3. There's just some things that are irking me aside from like any of the plus size representation stuff that's just kind of really bothering me about it. I don't even know I don't even know how to describe it. Definitely would be a 3 if it wasn't for the plus size representation, because that part does make me like very happy. But there's definitely some parts where I'm just like, if it didn't have that, I'd be like, this just doesn't, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just disappointed that I didn't like this as much as I thought I would. I also really hate like miscommunication in romance books. And it was almost like a drawn out miscommunication throughout this whole book, leading up to one big event that was gonna eventually happen. So that aspect was really frustrating for me. I'm definitely going to read the next one after this. There's 2 more after this, like in the same little series. They're like companion ones. And like the next one, the male main character is like this guy's best friend. Yeah, I don't know. There's just like a lot of things that are kind of annoying me, but I think just for the plus size rep alone, I'll give it like a 4. I did love that book she came out with, I think in like February and March, called At First Spite. That was like completely separate from this. I love that one so much. I had like no issues with that. So it's definitely not like her writing. I think it just might be like the aspects of this story and like this plot line. So I think I'm gonna put this one down for now. And then another update for the off season. I have about like 50 pages left in this. It's now nighttime, and I'm gonna be way too creeped out to read this one tonight. So that kind of leaves me with, let me check my list. Oh, right, okay, so I have Can't Spell Treason Without Tea. This one, I'm like 40% of the way through this one. I don't really want to read this one tonight just because, I don't know, I read quite a bit of it earlier today when I was feeling really anxious. So I'm just like not really feeling it for right now. And then I have A Cozy Mystery as the other one that was on my TBR for this, which is The Art of Murder, I think it's called. And I guess I could read that one. I don't really want to. I did have those 2 maybes on my list. I think I'm going to pick up one of those. I'm not sure which one yet. I have Annie LeBlanc Is Not Dead Yet, and I have Better Left Unsent. Probably going to pick up one of those 2, even though I just want to start it so bad. I might start it tonight. I might have to. I don't know. 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 I feel like I've done a really good job. Like, I finished one book off the TBR already. I'm 50 pages down from finishing the off season. I'm like however many pages, 60, 70 pages from finishing. Spoiler alert. Like, I'm doing really well. I think I've earned a little bit of a treat. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. To be honest, I think it's fine. So I might do that tonight. So whatever I end up choosing to do, I will let you guys know tomorrow. Tomorrow I do actually have to go to the library. I keep putting off going to the library because I have some that are ready for pickup, but I'm still waiting for some that are in transit. So I'm almost like kind of waiting to see if they'll get there before the other ones are gonna be removed. But it's also like the library is not that far away from me. It's less than 10 minutes. So like I can make multiple trips, it's fine. So I might go tomorrow and just grab my books. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do tonight and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely been like a couple days since I last updated the vlog. I just have like not been feeling very well. So I thought I'd do a quick like little library haul, and then I'm going to be doing some bookshelf organization that I'm very excited about. I'm going to be dedicating one of my bookcases to romance, like contemporary romance. I'm not sure if I have enough romance right now to like fill the whole bookcase. It's not like huge, like it's not like an IKEA like Billy bookcase. You'll see it. So I might have to add some like romance like adjacent just like general fiction books in there. We'll just see as we go. So I thought I would just do like a quick little library haul. I got the Last Chance Library, and this one is really cute. It's set in a small village in England, and our main character June is a library assistant at like the local library, and there's a ton of budget cuts, so the library might be like shut down and the town residents will have to travel like I think an hour to get to the closest library. However, a lot of the town residents use the library services for more than just like getting books. I mean, like libraries have so many other services and add so much value to like every community, so I can understand why they would be so upset. So with this one, they're just trying to like save the library by, you know, trying to appeal to the council and then set up their own like petition and all this stuff. I'm already about 40% of the way through this one, and it's really cute and I really like it. Next one is Lightfall, and this is a very cute graphic novel that I picked up. I'm halfway through. This one I don't even really know how to explain just because it's very odd, like it's very out there, it's very weird. There's like a pig wizard, and he adopted a human girl as his like granddaughter like many years ago, raised her as his own, and was kind of like training her to take over the potions and like tinctures business when she was old enough. However, he goes missing, so she kind of like goes after him to try and find him and winds up making like a little friend, and they go on like these adventures. There are some like little spooky parts, and this one is just really fun and cute. The next one is another graphic novel called Pilu of the Woods. I think it's Pilu. It's very short and sweet, but our main character Willow is like a very anxious little girl, and she kind of keeps like her emotions locked away, but she likes to go into the forest to kind of like let it out, and that's just where she feels most comfortable. That is where Willow meets Pilu, who is a lost tree spirit who needs to find their way home. Willow has decided that she is going to help Pilu find their way home. I think it would be a great one for like kids to read, just to like deal with anger or, you know, just emotions in general. So the next one is a book from an author that I have never read one of their books before, and that is The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand. And this one I'm very excited about. I'm very excited to get into her whole like Nantucket series. I know that a lot of people have like a dedicated order that they think you should stick to, but I like looked it up online and I just didn't really care. I like refined the search for my library to see like what was available that day at my preferred location, and this one was, and it sounded good, so I just picked it up. This one is described as like a compelling summer drama. I know that there's talks of like a haunting at this potentially doomed Nantucket hotel, fire in the 1920s, and yeah, so that's I think where the haunting comes from. This one apparently has multiple points of view, which I love. I'm just really excited to read my first like Ellen Hildebrand book. Another one that I have is Days at the Morisaki Bookshop, and this one I'm so excited to read. It's also very short, and I think the cover is just just like the cutest. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know how to summarize the synopsis without potentially giving away more than some people would want to hear. So I'm just gonna read like this little snippet at the top where it says, it's a tale of new beginnings, romantic and family relationships, and the comfort that can be found in books. So this one is just like 105 pages. It seems very short and sweet, and I've heard so many things about it. I didn't realize that it was made into a Japanese movie, so I might check that out after I read this one. So the next two that I have are It Happened One Summer and the next one, which is Hook, Line, and Sinker, and these two are by Tessa Bailey. They're the first and the second in a companion romance series. I don't know really anything about it except for this one. I've heard the female main character is a lot like Alexis from Schitt's Creek, which I'm really excited to read about. And this one says it's about a guy. He's been kind of like a player when it comes to women, but he accidentally falls in love with his best friend while he's supposed to be trying to help her land like a different guy. So this one sounds like it could be really cute. I haven't read a lot of like friends to lovers, so I'm excited to read this one. The last two are graphic novels, the first one being Heartstopper Volume 1. I can't believe I haven't read this yet. This is about Nick and Charlie. They're in high school in England, and on the back it says that Charlie develops feelings for Nick, but he doesn't feel like he stands a chance, and then I guess it just kind of goes from there. I kind of know like a lot about the series, but I'm just excited to read about it like for myself. And the last one I got from the library is called Ghost Book, and this one sounds super interesting and pretty unique. Our main character can see ghosts, but her dad is adamant that they don't exist. But it kind of becomes like exceedingly difficult as it's now Hungry Ghost Month, which means the gates from like the underworld are now opened and like a ton of ghosts are coming out or something. That's when she meets William, and he's not a ghost, but he's kind of like a spirit in like an in-between, and she needs to kind of figure out how she can help him either kind of like move on or yeah. This one sounds like it has potential to be really sweet, kind of spooky, and also pretty heartwarming. I think that's it for my library haul. I do have Mooncakes and one other graphic novel waiting for me to pick up, but those are like the main ones that I got. I'm so excited to be back to using my library for like the physical books as opposed to just using Libby. I used to always use the library for physical books, and then I think just for convenience I started using Libby pretty much primarily, and I missed how much I loved getting the physical books. So I'm very excited about my little library haul. So I'm going to see you guys very soon to kind of go over my bookcase organization. So it's definitely like quite a few days later. I was not feeling my best. So I kind of just like avoided filming. I get seasonal affective disorder in the summer. I don't really like to talk about it, but as opposed to the winter, I thrive in like fall and winter. Every summer since I was basically like a teenager, summer has just been like a really hard time for me, but I don't like really talk about it that much. But I'm definitely feeling a little bit better today, so I thought I would update you guys. I have been reading quite a bit, and I did do some of the bookshelf reorganization. Well, quite a bit. I think I only have like one shelf left to do, so I'll show you guys my bookshelf after this. So I'm really happy with how it looks right now. Just a quick reading update. I started When the Moon Hatched. I finished it. Gave this one 4.5 stars. There's definitely flaws. Like a lot of like most romantasy I find has like a flaw or two or maybe even more, but I still enjoyed it. Like I was pretty much just there for the vibe, and it delivered on that front. And I also really enjoyed like so many other aspects of this book, and I cannot wait for the sequel. I also started and finished Done and Dusted, and I was in love with this one. I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to read the sequel for this one either. This one I think I gave like 4 or 4.25 stars, maybe even 4.5. I'm not sure, but I did really like it. And I also read these two graphic novels that I got from the library. These definitely helped with my anxiety at night, and I'm just very happy that I had these. They were really cute. This one definitely did make me tear up a little bit. It was really cute. This one was also really cute and very adventure filled. I'm excited to get the sequel from the library. I have it on hold right now. And then I think there's also a third that's either just come out or is coming out soon. I also started Powerful, which is the novella after Powerless, and I am actually liking this a lot more than I thought I would. I didn't really think I would care for this, but it is pretty cute. I also did get some book mail. Got a book from a publisher, and I got my May fairyloot finally. This one is Experienced, and I can't wait to read this. I just got it like 2 days ago, I think. And this one is Sapphic. We have main character Betty, and I believe that's how you say it. And she's having a bit of a hard time in the dating world right now. As our main character is approaching 30, she realizes that she's into women. Then she gets a girlfriend, and then the girlfriend says she wants a break and wants to see other people. She's like, well, now I can like live the life that I missed in my 20s, just dating around. This one has a lot to do with friendships and dating. It was blurred by Beth O'Leary and Ashley Herring Blake, so I'm very excited to read this one. And I believe it just came out at the beginning of June. Next, I got my May fairyloot, which is the Honey Witch. And this one is really pretty. I'm a little disappointed that the cover is just like, other than like the gold foiling, it's pretty much the same as like the original cover, but the sprayed edges are pretty cute. They're like honeycomb and bees, which is cute because of like the Honey Witch. And then the end pages might be the prettiest end pages from a book that I own. So they look like this. The back ones look like this. I think those end pages are like absolutely gorgeous. And then the naked cover looks so cute too. And then the reverse dust jacket looks like this. So I'm very excited for this one. This one is also Sapphic, and I'm so excited to finally have it. I'm also almost done It Happened One Summer. This one I'm loving so much. I'm so happy that I have the one that comes after this already because I'm just absolutely loving this. It's so much better than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting it to be bad, but it is a lot better than I was expecting, and I'm just so happy about that. I'm also almost done The Last Chance Library, and this one is just so heartwarming and so cute. This one has major found family vibes. It's just really heavy on the friendship. I am just really loving this. I have it on audio as well, so it's been nice to listen to at night. Kind of been my go-to for when I'm feeling like anxious. So that's kind of my reading update right now, featuring a little bit of book mail. So I'm not done reorganizing my bookshelf, but I will show you guys kind of like where I'm at right now. So ignore how crooked those frames are. So this is my shelf now that it is contemporary romance. I also had to put like a little bit of regular contemporary fiction that was just kind of cute, and then ignore all of that down there because it needs to be dealt with, obviously. I'm happy with where it is right now. Oh yeah, so I did need to do some contemporary fiction just because I need to fill the space since I didn't have enough contemporary romance to like fit the space, but I am really liking how it's turning out right now. That's kind of my update for my shelf. So that's my shelf so far. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I can't wait to finish it up. I will probably do that in the next few days. I don't think it's a priority for me like today. So that is my shelf. Okay, so I'm just gonna close out the vlog here. I feel like every vlog that I do is kind of like a learning experience. Like I'm just kind of learning as I go, like what format works best for me, what schedule works best for me. Thanks for bearing with me if you made it to the end. I'm glad I was able to read so many books, even though like I wasn't feeling my best. Except sometimes when I'm not feeling my best and I just kind of like lean into books a little too hard. So I read a little bit too much when I'm not feeling that great mentally. So there's definitely like a balance that I need to find. There's worse coping mechanisms than reading, so that's fine to me. I'm thinking that I might do more like reading vlogs and bookish vlogs more regularly just because they are fun for me and I just love doing them. I'm gonna start filming another one soon. And yeah, so I will see you guys again soon. Bye.